Today we're gonna be discussing the movie produced by James Cameron, Alita, Battle Angel, which is a Japanese manga that never really had an anime, had an OVA, but James Cameron been thinking about doing this movie for over about 17 years, and now it's come to life. And personally, I think it is the best. Well, it's not saying much, but it is the best live action anime Hollywood movie I've seen.
I didn't see Ghost in the Shell. Dragon Ball Evolution's like awful.
Garbage.
Like the worst movie ever. What are the other live action anime movies? Are there any others? I'm sure there are.
There are. Actually, you know what? I forgot about one. Edge of Tomorrow. That was probably a really good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one. So, those two probably would be on the same level.
So he read it, he watched the OVA. I knew nothing about Battle Angel Alita.
Okay. What were your thoughts? Since you went into it basically blind. You saw like a 5-second clip of the anime.
Yeah. It moved really fast. It's like he finds her. Oh, she's his daughter now, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nothing. They're immediately, like, a family. Things I noticed immediately, the black lady, the nurse, like, doesn't talk.
Yes. She was, like, there.
She was just there, and there's a lot of people in this movie who were just there.
Right. Also, she had a, she's based off another character who, like, has no head. Like, he has a head, but he's missing the top half of his head.
Yeah.
And, he literally just talked and didn't say anything much of... I don't remember saying much of substance in the OVA or in the manga, but she basically was a replacement. I don't know. It was whatever.
Yeah. The best part about this movie were the action scenes, for sure.
Yes.
Everything that had to do with movement and whatnot. When she's fighting that big guy. When they're playing the ball game at the beginning.
Yes.
And, of course, at the end is really cool. That's a good thing I can say about this movie. I thought Dr. Ito, Christoph Waltz, that guy did a really good job acting.
Honestly, I thought he did a good job, too. I think he did the part...
He's like a legit actor.
He did the part really good.
And at the end of the movie, I was like, alright, I'll see the next one. But my issues with this movie is, like, I didn't care for the villains at all.
Right, because they were all one-dimensional.
They were, like, garbage.
Yeah.
And I thought there was, the black guy. I thought, like, he was going to be way better than he was.
They kind of made him less significant. Yeah. Pause. Can you hit up Ben? Tell him to just come.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. Yeah, just get him to go.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, you were saying he's better in the manga.
Yes, because he wasn't like a puppet. It was more like he was the same character, and I think they picked the perfect actor to portray him.
Yeah.
The perfect actor. They look the same to me, like very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar personas.
Yeah, and a good actor.
Yeah, and he's a good
actor. Like, he's an Oscar award-winning actor.
Yeah, he's really good. And but the thing is that the main villain, what was his name? I forget his name.
Vector?
Not Vector.
Nova?
Nova, yes. Dr. Destinova. Yeah. He doesn't show up until, like, way later. Or even, like, they mention his name, but, like, literally he has no, like, importance to the, like, what's going on until, like, later in the manga. Mm-hmm. Like, way later. So I was like, okay, so they're gonna introduce him now to, like, set up for something else. That's what I was like, because I was like, why are they introducing... I was like, why is he even, like, being introduced this early? Like, unless they're gonna go to the end of the series, like, which would be stupid, you know? Yeah. It would just ruin the movie to me.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that. They just had him, like, to give his presence that, oh, there's something else lurking about. But but with that, it kind of ruined Vector's character just a bit, because he was now a puppet and not his own person just doing shady shit.
Yeah. Yeah. The worst villain is easily the big guy, though. I don't even remember his name, but it was like...
Oh, yeah.
It was like when you mimic a one-dimensional... Sometimes you'll mimic a one-dimensional character. It was like that. He was literally just like, oh, I hate you. Ah. Like, it was just that. And I thought they were going to go somewhere with the guy, the bounty hunter guy, who...
Zapan?
Yeah. I thought they were going to go somewhere, and then he ended up just being a dick.
Yeah,
He's just like, I don't fucking like you.
He keeps coming back in the manga. He keeps coming back.
I knew he would just come back, and I was like, why didn't you kill him? I know there's other stuff involved, but it looked like at the end she had to be an outlaw anyways, when they're on top of the ship. And then Hugo dies.
Yeah.
Which shocked me. I didn't think they were going to kill him.
Right, yeah, he dies in the manga too. So,
Yeah.
but okay, so tell me what you think about Hugo.
I wasn't a big fan.
Okay.
Like you said, when you told me in the manga that they fall for each other, but there's a reason. A big issue I had right off the gate was it wasn't even like within seconds. As soon as he shows up, it's like, oh.
Yeah, it was
And
like,
I'm
it felt kind of forced, right? It's
Yeah.
just like, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this guy's a typical cool guy in the movie. This was like a teen movie.
Yeah.
And he's just Mr. Cool Guy, and his friend's a dick. That guy was just a dick.
He was just a dick.
But he got
Clapped.
yo.
He got
This
slayed.
movie was hella gore. This was PG-13, and it was hella gory.
I know, yeah.
Bro, I was like, alright, all these people are mechanical and they're getting chopped half. He's a human. He just got his body split in half. That was bad. And then Hugo dying was not like a happy death scene.
No.
It was like, no, this guy had dreams. He's dying.
That's one thing. One of my main gripes for the movie was Hugo, and I think they stuck to what he was about in terms of what he wanted to do. He wanted to go to Zalem. They kept his natural things there.
Yeah.
But they missed a lot of the things that made it compelling to me. Because when in the manga, his brother wants to go. He has an older brother.
Yeah.
And his brother wants to go has a dream to go to Zalem because it's like everyone's life is way better there. Like, why are we stuck down here? And I think the brother's wife or something like that sold him out. Like, oh yeah, just not to sell him out to get him murked or whatever, just to sell him out so to stop him from going for his crazy dream. And he had this dream of setting a balloon or something like that and getting up there somehow. But the wife sold him out, I think. It's been a while since I read it, so correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. But the wife sold him out, and then they end up just killing him. They came back to stop because it's like a federal law that you break if you try to go up there.
That's what I'm saying. They were already going up there anyways.
Right.
So it's like, oh, and when the guy's like, yeah, he killed those.
That was.
And this whole movie, there'll be stuff where I'm like, wow, they have no problem with this. There's a lot of I can't remember off the top of my head. I didn't see it just today or yesterday. Where something will happen and the characters are just cool with it and they're very understanding.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're a robot. That's cool. Nothing weird about that. Or, I want to go fight so-and-so. No, you can't. But I'm gonna, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Right.
He gets framed for this and she's like, I can't believe you did that. And I'm like, you know this guy, and you know this guy's a douche. Why are you believing him?
Exactly.
It was so stupid.
That's why I said they did some things better in the manga. But I want to finish what I was going to say about Hugo, and I'm going to get to that, which your part that you were saying, is with Hugo, that whole scenario of his basically his brother was his parent.
Yeah.
That whole scenario was I want to finish what my brother started.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for her, she would. And then the reason why Alita falls in love with Hugo in the manga is because she never met any in a setting where everyone has no dreams.
Yeah.
No one has anything to aspire for because they live in a dump.
Yeah.
And that's another gripe I had with the movie. I didn't feel like they made it as dumpy. It felt like a cool city to be around almost. At night it'll always it felt dark and shit, but during the day it looked like kids were having fun. But
right.
It's really not like that. It's like people are
That's a good point.
There's people are wow, fuck this shit. This shit's trash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when Alita meets Hugo, she sees that he's out of everyone else that's living in this city.
Yeah.
He's the only dude that actually has an aspiring dream.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I never met anyone like this before who had their own dreams, and that's the spark that gets her to want to like, I like him. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like, oh, he has a nice bod, because he had a nice bod in the movie. I was like, why they made this dude like look so like, I don't know. He's so that was my thing. That was my gripe, and this made me care for Hugo more, because it's like, he stands up from everyone else here. He has something.
Yeah.
But the problem is, Vector.
Yeah.
In the manga is like, oh, well, I can exploit this guy. He's so desperate to.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna get him to rob people's spines or whatever. Yeah. They changed that too. It was they did parts, but like it was the spines they were taking or something like that. It is not a big change. I like that change. I think that was a good change, just to take their parts. But yeah, she finds out, and back to what you were saying about them finding out, I think she finds out a different way, and not like, oh yeah, you did this. But I think he does get framed for killing, because he did take out the parts, but someone else killed the guy.
Yeah.
And then a bounty was on his head.
Right.
And then he was like, oh shit, I gotta get this on, but I have enough money. And then Vector's like,
yeah,
it's just a stain.
Yeah. Just a lot of like, random shit thrown together. It really felt like a teen movie, but it was gory. Yeah,
they made like where the movie ended off.
Yeah.
That's literally just 2 episodes, but they somehow just put in a lot of extra stuff, and I felt like, I feel like they could have. It was 50 minutes worth of content. I feel like they could have add more of the character stuff instead of some of the goofy, like some of the rollerball stuff. I could have felt like we could have.
Is that not in manga?
It is in manga, but it's later.
Yeah.
I feel like to appease some of the fans, they added it earlier.
The rollerball stuff?
Yes.
Wait, is that with the stadium and all the people?
Yeah, that's like a whole.
It felt
arc.
like pod racing.
It's a whole
Star
arc.
Wars.
It's a whole arc in like the manga, and it's like later down. That happens later, but I guess
Before
they wanted
after Hugo dies.
Way after.
Yeah, and they just throw it in.
They throw it in.
Oh, I mean, and it's like, this looks like a professional thing. This rollerball. What is it?
I forget what it's
called.
The ball,
the thing. It looks like a professional like sports arena.
Yeah.
And Hugo's just like allowed to be on the tracks. He's
like, connections.
He's like, here, I want you to come see this, and it's like. And there was no she had no issue getting into the thing.
Right. Yeah.
It's like me just walking into like getting in a NASCAR, like just walking in without any background or anything. Yeah. Just being able to compete.
Like I said,
and there's a lot of like and there's a lot of like corny shit, where it's like, she gets on the rollerball thing. We're just gonna call it rollerball. She gets on the tracks, and it's like, oh, they're all gonna kill her. They're all there to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like not even a secret. The guy next to her is like, with his like blades, it's just like sing sing sing, and I'm like, oh wow, way to be discreet, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alita was. Yeah, it felt like a teen movie. The fights were great.
Oh yeah.
She was really cool, and I like the flashbacks. I could have done more with the flashbacks. I want a little more of that. They were.
Where was the flashback?
There was a flashback of her fighting in space,
yes.
And I was like, "This looks really cool." Now we know why she can kick ass. And she's like a battle angel. She's like a force. Like, she's the fighter. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, another thing I want, like, what I felt somewhat was missing in the movie is, I don't know, I can't really explain it because it's been a while since I read it. Mm-hmm. But what I do remember is that with each of the villains that she fights, it's not just like, I'm just fighting you just cause. It's literally, each villain is supposed to show her character development. Like, first one where she disobeys
Dr.
Ito, because he's literally just like, in the manga, he says some like really like sexist stuff. He's like, you don't need a battle. You just have to. I mean, it's old manga, so he says something like, you don't need a battle. All you need to do is be beautiful, and just be a good girl and do this and do that, and then after that, she ends up like defying him.
Yeah.
And be like, no, I'm gonna be my own person. That's the theme of the the first villain that she fights, and I mean they kind of did it, but it just felt like you said, it was it felt rushed and forced. Like they spent.
Yeah, it was just like.
Yeah. So I felt like it didn't really hit the theme, and the theme didn't have that much impact as it did in the manga.
Really rushed.
Which is crazy because it's
extended too.
It's extended, but it still feels rushed.
Yeah.
I feel like they wanted to to appease, but it's Hollywood. We gotta appease these people that
Some character that I hated.
Yeah.
But then at the end, I'm like, all right, she's one of the better characters in the movie. Is
the wife. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but then she gets turned into the brain and eyes at the end, and that was really scary looking.
Yeah. So he says, because like she's like, she ends up having a heart at the end in the manga too. That's what happens, and then he's just like, she ends up trying to walk out, and he says, hey, it's like he's playing the world's
来た街角お前は黙って後にしたサリンの渦巻くビルの谷間から儚げな